Good afternoon, everybody. I want to thank Representative Kamek for resurrecting this bill, long overdue. We were all elected to come here and drain the swamp, right? That was what the great moniker was, come and drain the swamp. And everybody thinks it's always the elected officials. We have some elected officials, some of which actually have been here 50 years, believe it or not. One of them's the most prominent place in the city. We have other officials that are here just a couple years. But what we have is we find out what the true swamp is. What is the true swamp? They're the unelected individuals, the unelected bureaucrats that move agencies at the pace of a large cargo ship. And what they do, however, is they direct rules, they direct regulations without ever being elected that affect every American's life. We hear examples now, the waters of the U.S. I look at CMS that promulgates 11,000 pages of rules every year. Recently, there's another rule by NOAA that permits and it prevents rather any vessel over 35 feet in length from traveling faster than 10 miles an hour until they're 20 miles offshore. That will literally cause recreational and commercial fishing to die overnight. These are rules by unelected bureaucrats, appointed and pushed and forth and financed by, given direction by our executive branch. That's not the way our founding fathers had it work. So what we're trying to do, and it's a perfect moniker, perfect anagram, is to pull the reins back on federal spending. $100 million is a lot of money. That money is not to be directed by individuals who are not elected by the American populace. So this legislation, and I'm really, really glad that Representative McCamick has brought this back up, is starting to bring common sense back to this country. And if we're ever going to get this deficit dealt with, that's what it deals with. It has to deal with common sense. So thank you all for attending, and thank you for all my colleagues for highlighting this very important issue. And with that, I will bring up my one and dear friend, Representative McClain.
Thank you.